that are fresh off tough losses at the end of the first round. The Chargers are coming off a disappointing 5-set defeat at the hands of Zeus Coffee, while the Super Spikers were stunned in their last match against Capital. So coming off losses, they want to bounce back today in the second game of our double dip on a Thursday here at the Phil Oil Center in San Juan City. The Akari Chargers versus the Cignal Super Spikers at the start of the second pool phase today here on One Sports Plus, and of course on the Filipinas Live app. Together with Franny Reyes, Andrew Mulyakanda, and Boom Gonzalez, welcoming you to our second game of this Thursday doubleheader after Creamline winning in 4 sets earlier today. And good to see everybody again. All right, let's take a look at the team standings, because this is very important, and as we start the second pool phase, to understand why do we look like this.
Oh yeah, so this is now how the teams have fared after the first round. And they've been regrouped.
Yes.
Coming into the second round of preliminaries. Now, for the teams that will play today, we find here Akari, who makes it to the upper half of the team standings. Meanwhile, Cignal, they find themselves in the bottom half. This is what we were saying earlier, no, in the preliminary round, where the top 3 teams of each pool will have to go up against the bottom 3 teams.
Right.
Now, this is how they are ranked as we go into the second round of preliminaries. Now, it's important because after these 2 pool phases, the teams will be ranked together again, but only the top 8 teams will actually move on to the quarterfinals. And after that, the quarters, semis, battle for bronze, and the finals will now all be a single game elimination.
On the right side, makikita nyo naman yung points, ang ating FIVB rankings, yan, based so that you'll see what Anna's talking about. This is like kind of like a second life also for these teams, especially these ones that are coming off losses. All right, let's talk about the particulars now from both sides, from Akari and Cignal. Let's focus our attention on the opposite Spikers.
It will be an interesting match-up today. Really high-performing opposite Spikers we're looking at in Ellie Soyud, who enters today as her team's second leading scorer. She also is leading when it comes to serving. A really good balanced player we have here. Meanwhile, on the other side, we also have Erika Santos, the top point getter for her team. She has been quiet in some of the games early on here in this conference, but we're seeing her really slowly getting steam, getting better each time, and all the more now with their new reinforcement to really provide that support.
Actually, Anna, I do want to talk more about Ellie and Erica. We're seeing a lot of similarities. They're both coming from heavy losses. And when I talked to Ellie, she said that really the challenge for her now is how can she and the Akari Chargers look at this new round as a new opportunity for the Chargers. She said that her contributions are not limited to just scoring. She can do a steady serve. Maybe it's a solid pass. All these things can contribute to gaining that momentum for the Akari Chargers. Now, over on the side of the Cignal Super Spikers, Erika Santos, while it has been tough with the way that they started this conference, she said that they've had struggles in the end game, but now it's about how she can be that player that her team needs her to be. And if that's a spark plug or someone who owns the responsibility of bringing the intensity, she's up for the challenge because she wants to be that player for the Cignal Super Spikers. And actually, quite timely that we talked about this matchup because they're actually our Filipinas Live question of the game. You can vote just below your stream on the Filipinas Live app, and that question is, which opposite spiker will take charge for her team? Is it number 24, Ellie Soyud of the Akari Chargers, or is it number 9, Erika Santos of the Cignal Super Spikers? Let us know, or let us know online using the hashtag PVL 2025.
Ellie Soyud averaging around 14.4 points, while Erika Santos averaging around 11.2 in their matches, in their 5 matches so far here in the reinforced conference. The heavy losses that Franny was talking about, of course, was the 5-set thriller that Akari lost. And then, of course, the Cignal naman na blanco in their last match. All right, it's not the fault of their reinforcements because they've been doing a great job.
Oh yeah, she did all she could in the attempt to really lead Akari. She tried to go point per point against the reinforcement on the other side, si Anna De Beer, but still fell short in that match. Now, that leaves the Zeus Thunderbell still undefeated, but for this lady over here, itong si Annie Mitchem, she continues to deliver. She remains to be one of the league's top scorers, 121 points, Boo.
Yeah.
And, we expect that she will continue to deliver today.
Fifth best already overall, 24.2 on the average coming into this matchup against a newbie playing in her third game pa lang. 2 matches so far for Cignal, 1 win, 1 loss. Your impression so far, Anne?
They would always say that the biggest question, especially with transitions mid of the conference, would be how the chemistry would be as good, right? Because, she just a few trainings with the team, but so far, her performance, seeing the numbers, she has already logged in 43 points so far. And I think yung transition, it is all part of the process. Now, for her, I think the team will be depending on her.
Yeah.
But at the same time, also, it helps that she will get used to playing with this new team that she has.
Yeah, Katie Trevichavska has been more offensive-minded than Eva Cantava, their former reinforcement. All right, and I'm sure we're going to get more stories from them, our conversations, because Franny will had conversations with them and all the rest of the teams here for Akari and Cignal. They're ready to go. Akari looking for their 4th win, while Cignal is hoping to get at 500 in this all-important matchup. Akari versus Cignal when we come back here on One Sports Plus, and the Pilipinas Live app.
Sana mapakita ko yung mas maayos na Chenny, hindi lang din sa UAP, kung hindi ngayon sa PVL din. Hi, I'm Chenny Tagaod, now with the Akari Chargers. Sobrang kinabahan ako kasi nga hindi ko alam kung saang team talaga ako mapupunta.
The Akari Chargers are set to light up the game with the 10th overall pick, Chenny Tagaod of Far Eastern University.
Happy kasi nga, ayun ulit, si Coach T ulit yung makakasama ko. Parang andun na yung parang familiar na ako sa kanya, sa sistema niya. So, ayun, sobrang happy. Gusto kong ma-accomplish ngayon na PVL talaga is kung paano talaga mas maging consistent as a player, lalong-lalo na ngayon na nasa PVL na ako and iba talaga yung level ng PVL kaysa sa UAP eh. So ayun, maging consistent lang every time na kailangan ng team and mabigay kung ano man yung kailangan na ibigay ko sa team, makatulong rin. Sa akin, syempre, hindi lang yung dating Chenny na galing sa FE. Gusto ko rin yung i-improve Chenny and mas maayos na laro pa ngayon na conference.
Good evening to one and all. Welcome to the reinforced conference of your premier volleyball league, the heart of volleyball. Live at Playtime Phil Oil Center, San Juan City, is match number 32 of the preliminary round 2. From Pool C, let us welcome the Akari Chargers and their opponents, the Cignal Super Spikers. Officiating this match, our national officials. First referee, Mr. Ryan Vincent Corpus. Second referee, Mr. Patrick Alan Castillo. Calling on the starting lineup. First, for Akari Chargers. Starting with jersey number 2, Fifi Sharma. At number 5, Gretchen Soltones. Number 13, Celine Domingo. At 19, Mars Alba. Number 22, their foreign guest player from USA, Annie Mitchum. At 24, Ellie Soyud. Their team captain and starting libero, number 15, Justin Hazareno. Head coach is Miss Tina Salak. Introducing the Cignal Super Spikers. Starting with jersey number 2, Rose Doria Aquino. At number 6, Ishi Lalong Isip. Number 8, Erica Santos. Jersey number 11, Jackie Acuña. Number 17, foreign guest player from Slovakia, Katrin Trevikavska. At 22, Jel Kayuna. Their team captain and starting libero, number 16, Don Katindi. Headed by Mr. Shaq De Los Santos. This match is under the regulations and supervision of the league.
Looking at the starting 6 of the Akari Chargers for a 3-2. Mars Alba's been a tremendous addition to them. Looks like she's really at home with the system of Coach Tina Salak and the Super Spikers. We're looking to get to 500. They're 2 and 3 with Katie Trebichevska, the new reinforcement, who is a ball of energy. We haven't even started the match, and me and Anne here have been watching her, and she's expending so much energy already, just warming up and cheering and high-fiving everybody. Well, that's a good thing for the girls, you know. At least you'd take that, and you're gonna need it, because you're gonna go up against an in-form Akari Chargers.
Such a joy to watch, that energy.
Lalong Isip with the first point of the match. 1-0 for Cignal. So Fanny Gandler has been playing off the bench since she returned from her injury. The first match she played as a starter.
Looked like it was on its way out.
2 straight points
Doesn't cross.
for the for the Super Spikers. Oh, nga, no? Parang it was going to sail out.
She had to jump it to get it.
Lalong isip.
So that means Ishi Lalong Isip with the first 2 points. Good receive there by Saltones. The swipe. Open area at the back. Soyud, the first point for Akari. Earlier today, Creamline falling in the first set, but recovering and winning the next 3
Serving for Akari.
against Nexled. Annie Mitchum sends it
Service error.
to the net. She has been tremendous for Akari, not just from a spiking standpoint, obviously, even from her blocking. For Coach Tina.
Rostoria Aquino serving for Cignal.
Goes straight to Mitchum. Cayuna reverses to Erica. And Erica gets it off the
Santos
rebound.
off the block.
Off the soft block of Gretzel Soltones. Time for us to go to Franny Reyes. Franny?
Boom and I talked to both reinforcements about the key adjustments that their teams had following their previous losses. So let's start with Annie Mitchum. She said for the Akari Chargers, it's about making sure that they can fight all the way till the end, fighting the whole game, not letting up at all. They've got to be more locked in this round. And speaking of locked in, Katie Trebichevska actually told me that they need to lock in so that they're not too panicked. She felt that in their last match, they were very panicked. They weren't making the right decisions and they weren't focused enough. They had too many unforced errors. So if they lock in, if they are making the right decisions inside the court, they'll be able to come out with that win. Both teams, of course, are looking for that win to boost their momentum. So let's see what will happen in this match, Boomeran.
So far, so good for the Super Spikers, Franny. 2 points from Erica Santos. And a 5-2 start. One of the wins, of course, of Cignal was when they went all Filipino.
Serving for Cignal.
But you know, very good point there on the point on saying nagpanic. You can't have that because the game will be full of pressure. You want to keep that composure, just like Soyud over there.
So the opposite spikers that we talked about at the top of the coverage. So far, so good for them, for Soyud and Santos.
Elisoyu serving for Akari.
Lalong Isip receiving. Katie changing her mind in midair. Good save there by Alba. It's back to Cignal. Trebichevska with that swing.
Trebichevska.
She's got a very unorthodox style. Look at that. Look at that swing. It's not a circular swing.
But it still is a
but
full,
it's so strong, yeah.
full and forceful wind-up.
Make yung ano yung wind up niya parang may snap ano. Mitchum has been solid on the receiving end. Soltones with a cross. Pump set to Katie. Cayuna was there but couldn't keep it in play. Good defense there. Was that Domingo? Yes, it was.
Perfect.
Reading it, yeah.
Perfect timing.
Tibay defensive play of the set brought to you by Elastoseal. Selyado ang bubong anumang panahon. That Domingo has also come alive in, as of late for Akari.
And sometimes it's not about, always being the top scorer, but it's scoring the points when they need to.
Yeah, she kind of like, after her injury, after the transfer, after all of that, her game kind of went down a level. Obviously trying to get back into shape and get back into the swing of things. But now, lately, we've been seeing her more active. And we got to also give credit to Mars Alba, who's also very active in activating their middle blockers a lot. Fifi Sharma and Sed Domingo has been very active because of Mars.
And normally, you see also in their stats how everyone would have some numbers in. That just goes to show the distribution, the playmaking that they have.
They reverse to Erica, and Mitchum saw that coming. It's down to a 1-point lead. The biggest lead here was 4. Good read there by Annie. Sending it back with authority. 6 serving 7. Back to Ishii. Ishii gets it back. One blocker to beat. Good set also by Gel, just right. 8-6. The Super Spikers ahead.
8-6. Super Spikers. 6. Akari.
Na-miss niyo ba yung game namin? Kung na-miss niyo, subscribe na to our YouTube channel. Subscribe na!
Here in San Juan for this game between Cignal and Akari, and Cignal holding on to a 2-point lead. 8-6. What a run there by Mitchum. Oh. Bababa masyado, partner.
Oh, baba masyado. Poor connection there. Aquino and Cayuna. It was a good call. I mean, that was a good play. They need to make it quick.
Good serve.
Services.
Confusion on that run and the switch and the formation. Look, Santos was running to her spot. That still works.
Doria Aquino with a drop.
9-8.
That was a tough one. They were really disorganized. We're talking about Cignal prior to this point.
Yeah, miss-hit na. Miss-set, miss-hit, and still ended up as a point. They'll take it. They're ahead. Ishii, full rotation already. Back to Mitchum. That's what we're talking about. Mars really very active with her middle blockers.
And, it really helps Sharma with just one blocker.
I'll tell you what else really helps. Hazareno, Alba, and Sharma have all won championships together in college.
Sanay na sanay.
It's nice to have a little bit of chemistry. Erica. Mitchum was there to sweep. Soltones denied.
Doria Aquino with the block.
10-9. Good battle so far. I was ready to coming into the venue thinking we're in for a long one here.
You know, even if in the standings, as we look at that point from Sultanes,
yeah.
even if in the standings, Akari is in the upper half and Cignal is in the bottom half, I think we are at a point here in the second preliminary round where the teams have erased everything that has happened dun sa first round.
Yeah, and the
Leads
importance,
late.
the importance of wins now. Gel has to chase. So much velocity that is produced from the windup of Katie when she gets that set. 11-9.
Erica Santos. Super Spikers.
Mitchum again over, receives it. That's still good. Back to Katie.
Single ball.
Good anticipation by Soya there.
11-all.
Akari recovering. That wasn't supposed to be their point anymore. Look at that.
But reflexes working for them. And Soyud again, just not performing when it comes to offense. A blocking is also there.
4 points for her. Obviously, they go back to Katie. She was going for the swipe. Reverses to Erica. Looks at the corner and gets it.
Santos.
Look at the target.
Perfect target right there.
Katie goes behind to serve now. 12-11.
Serve for Cignal.
Mitchum receiving. Run by Seb. Mars rolling it to the other side. Katie back to Ishii on the cross. And even Nazareno was unable to handle the heat on that ball.
Lalong isip. Highly efficient in today's match. Again, she earned the first point for Cignal. Even had an ace earlier.
Serve.
13-11. Mitchum easily takes that one. Gretschel flies in. So Mitchum is up to the task of receiving all of these tough serves. And she's making it look easy too.
Rachel Sultanes. Serve it.
Back to Ishii on the shoot set.
Off the block.
And Ishii lalong isip with her fourth point.
14-12.
So it will be 14-12. Yes, partner.
You know, not a lot of quick plays or
Not yet,
lower
yeah,
plays here for Cignal.
Yeah.
But somehow, I think, you know, the wing spikers have been delivering.
That's a good read this time by Rose on Domingo's middle attack. Got that right hand on it. Back to a 3-point lead.
Serving Acuna.
Nazareno with the perfect first ball. Mitchum on top of the blockers. Erica angles that.
Back
And
row
Soyan
attack.
unable to keep it in
Santos.
play. 16-12. It is the Super Spikers ahead.
Second technical timeout. 16.
Bitin ba kayo sa games? Watch all the replays on PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
16-12 is the score. Back to a 4-point lead for the super spikers. Jel Cayuna is the key to making it all work for them. The multi-titled best setter.
Really good numbers. Almost 6 excellent sets per set. And, you know, she has really delivered in terms of playmaking here
Back at the service
for Cignal.
Acuna now. Over pass again. And Mitchum apologizes. Biggest lead of the match right now at 5.
4 straight points for Cignal.
And the first timeout by Coach Tina Salak.
Akari Chargers.
Yung momentum natin, wala eh. Hindi na masyado. Kailangan natin for each other. Kailangan natin mag-build yung momentum natin. Okay, pass muna tayo and then convert tayo sa attack. Again, puntos tayo. We have to convert.
Galaw tayo na sa atin. Gawa tayo ng momentum natin. Enjoy tayo. Let's go! Akari!
Chargers!
$17-12. And a change of setters here as Cignal is on a 6-1 run.
Serving 12.
Coach Tina also looking for that momentum. I think quicker recovery is what they need.
Kamui and Mitchum drills that one. That is unreturnable.
She is the tallest player on the floor. So for Akari, they have a pretty good rotation with Mitchum in front.
Ang ganda ng set para kay Rose. This time they connected perfectly. Jel and Rose did.
This is a good, comfortable lead for Cignal.
Nice lead there. 18-13. Back to 5. Misreceived. So chance to counter here. Build on that lead. Santos did not like that set. Mitchum, she'll go for it.
Cross-court hit. Mitchum.
Makandili Katindig could not chase that one. 14 will be serving 18.
They gotta milk the presence of Mitchum in front to get those points in.
They're doing the chasing here. Akari is
For Akari.
in the first set. Received by Katie. Wow, what a set. That's what they were trying to execute kanina na hindi natuloy eh.
No connection, but this time better.
Huling-huli. Mitchum just blanketing that ball. He knew it was coming. There's no way return to sender there. So a run, a mini run here by Akari, forcing Coach Shaq to call time.
Agad tayo, ha? Apat tayo ng 3. Stop lang tayo. One good pass muna ulit. Then attack and then cover tayo kasi kailangan tumanda yung coverage sa atin. Okay? Nakaka-atake tayo, pero hindi tayo nakaka-cover ng maayos, ha? Let's go.
Calling an early timeout right away. 2 straight points ang Akari. Ayaw na niya maghintay, partner.
Oh, I think there is urgency. They need to have that comfortable lead.
Yeah.
Especially here in set number 1. And hopefully, let that set the tone, no, for the rest of the set.
Yeah, and remember, they are coming off a straight sets loss to Capital One.
Back at the service zone.
They
for
need
So,
to be able to
yeah.
bounce back strong.
Yeah, so that is they really looked like they were kind of crushed. As Doria Aquino again connecting with Jel Cayuna. I mean, when I say crushed, I mean the morale looked that they were down. They were in the fight all 3 sets, but Capital One just proved steadier in the end. So Si Kochak, naniniguro siya. But they get a set here to set the tone for them right away.
And again, partner, we have to go back to the fact that only top 8 teams will move on to the next phase of the conference. And so it's very important that they get more wins as we look at that replay.
PT love that set. Lead is only 3. Kayuna sets it up for Erica, who's still able to score off a little bit of a deflection.
Substitution. Cignal. 2 up. 3.
Jewel Encarnacion will come in to serve and sweep for the Super Spikers.
Jewel Encarnacion.
The new addition to this team. Goes to Mitchum again, trying to overload Mitchum. Soyud finds the line.
Soyud so far, every time she gets a set, gets to convert it into a point.
17 serving 20. Si lalong isip naman ang target dito sa kabila. Santos will go over the blockers. Mitchum from behind. Katindig got to it. Katie, I love that. Big wind up.
And everyone, we saw everyone was getting ready for an attack.
And a strong one, partner.
Just look at this.
Look at that arm. Look at that arm.
And everyone was waiting for a spike.
The element of surprise from the Slovakian. Bump set. That's a bit low, but Mitchum still finds a way. Para matangkad. Taas mo lang.
Oh, reach is so high.
Di pa nga masyadong mataas eh, di ba? Hindi nakabuelo ng gusto si Mitchum, but she got to that ball and spanks in her 5th point.
Good coverage.
Pass. Scramble here. And somebody's going to challenge something. It's on the side of Akari.
There's a mid-play challenge. Followed by Akari
net fault, I believe.
First challenge of this second game of our Thursday doubleheader. The weekend, PVL goes to Candon, goes back to Candon. We'll tell you about the schedule later on, but first, we've got some business to take care of here in San Juan as the reinforced conference rolls on. Only one undefeated team, and it is the Anna De Beer-led Zeus Coffee. All right, here's the result of that challenge. That left hand scraped the bottom. That was sharp for the coaching staff of Akari. For that lead, down to 3 again.
The one thing that we observe with how Cignal plays now, if the ball is off system, you see them kind of panic.
Scramble.
They scramble, they get a bit disorganized.
Nobody home!
Acuna flights and scores.
You know, Acuna disguised her run also initially. She didn't really go for it. And then she went for it at the last moment.
Looking like she was a decoy, but
nobody saw her coming out. 3-point lead again, 22-19. Here's Katie Derevchavska. Ooh, she varied her serve there. Oh, got it too. Sent it back. Running attack off the soft block. Ishii goes long. Great hands there by Azareno. Ooh, mishandled there by Santos. So Cignal has to ad-lib. Soyud with the pickup. Long rally alert. It's still going. Soltones sends it over. Kayuna, dig pass. Ishii is sent back. Shell again this time for Trevichavska, who puts it away. Winning the long rally. Winning the scramble.
Gotta give credit to both teams. Coverage was there.
Nice instincts. Triple block. And Katie gets it through with a block breaker.
Akari Chargers.
Sige, good-pass muna tayo, good-pass. Masyado tayo slow start tayo eh. Tapos ngayon na nagkakapon. Mahirap na mga umabot sa ganito stage. Pero kailangan pa natin sumunod. Okay? Asal pa, double time pa tayo. Okay? Let's go, let's go. Doon sa Ellie ko nag-block open. Automatic yung kanina. Sobra lang. Sige, aralin na natin. Okay, no time na tayo. Ha? Kailangan natin. So, double time tayo.
That's a great point by Coach Tina. Sabi niya, naunahan tayo kasi kaya ngayon naghahabol-habol. Ang hirap na sa dulo. They were down 1-5 earlier and since then really has been trying to just mount comeback after comeback here in the first set.
All right, now they will be on the receiving end.
23-19 in favor
Of
Cignal.
a Katie Trevichavska serve. Yeah, she's varying her serves also, partner.
Some jump serve, jump float.
Tsaka, jump serve na malakas, jump float. Parang a little hop float. Serving 23.
Serve for Akari.
Sultanes sends it to Katie. Is she asking for it? Good chase there by Justine. Chance here for Cignal again. Trevichavska mishitting that one.
Ball is out. 21-23.
Down 2 na lang. Etong Akari.
You know, it seems difficult, but it is definitely doable.
Yeah. And Coach Shaq again playing the insurance card.
Okay, one good pass muna ulit. And then attack over tayo, attack over. Ha? Okay? Okay. Pass muna tayo. Ha? Pero kuha muna tayo. 1 point at a time muna. Pasa muna, atake na maayos, and then cover tayo. Okay?
Ready ako likod. Ready ako. Palo lahat. Cover lahat.
Go, Katie!
Let's go, Cignal!
This is where it gets a little tricky for Cignal. They recently have had issues about finishing sets. They've acknowledged it. So here we go, a test for them early here in set 1. Can they finish off Akari after leading by as much
It is
as
down
5
to 2.
here in set 1?
Back at the service zone. Gretchen.
They need to be steady, they need to be consistent. But the passing is a bit short for Kayuna.
Good pickup. And Ishi recycles that offense and gets them into set point. Yeah, that was a good pickup by Katie Trevichavska there. There, that one.
But also, lalong isip. Good showing here in set number 1.
And the Shun will move out. 1 point for them. Can they finish? Safe serve by Jackie. Oh, nalunod! So, first set goes to the Super Spikers. Must feel good after getting swept the last time to win this one, to get ahead. And it was a collective effort too. Point, this one is brought to you by Myra. Be Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion. That's Katie Trevichavska with 4 points in the first set. But a lot of contributors here for the Cignal Super Spikers. We'll talk about it when we come back. 25-21. The Super Spikers of Cignal getting their noses in front of this matchup against them. The Akari Chargers. All right, let's go through that first set. It all boiled down basically to that cushion that they had. They had a 5-1 lead, and late they had an 18-13 lead. Akari playing catch-up in set 1.
I think that is one of the biggest factors that allowed Cignal to take that win in set number 1. They had a few lapses where Coach Shaq had to call a timeout to, just bring them back on the ground, give them some reminders so that, they don't slow down any further. As we look at the numbers, in terms of offense, we see how Cignal really scored more, 20 as opposed to only 12 here for the Chargers. But the blocking, I think, was something that had really helped Akari. Just really not enough to put a stop to the offense of Cignal.
Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah, that's just too much. But you know what was good initially when we looked at that first set, as we look at the errors, both teams, they really managed to keep it at a minimum, 4 and 3 for that last set. So you know that they really earned the points.
Good volleyball. They were earning the points. And speaking of, you had Dory Aquino with 6 partner. You had Lalong Isip with 5. Erica Santos had 6. And then Terevichavska was the one who backed them up with 4. On the other end, Mitchum and Soyud both had 5, and only Soltones followed them with 3. So offense,
Super Spikers took the first
let's
set.
see. Tagaud is in the match. Kamui is in the match. She will be the starting setter for the Akari Chargers, who are hoping to have a better start here in set number 2. Boom Gonzalez, Andrew Mulyakanda for you. And of course, roaming the Phil Oil Center is Franny Reyes to complete our broadcast team. Mitchum right away with a cross. Katindig was there. A chance to go for it again. They go to the other side to Ishii with another attack there and breaking the block.
Gets the point.
Ishii already with 6 points. 3 players from Cignal have 6 points.
Well, currently they have better attack efficiency, 49% compared to the 35% of Akari.
Service.
Good serve. Tagaud receiving. Mitchum not, I was about to say, not the angle that she wants to work with, but again, when you're a tower, dami mo pwedeng gawin eh, no?
And she just really finds a way.
Yeah. Receiving was Terevichavska. Nice fake.
Ooh,
that was sold, but was there a touch?
No touch.
I think Ryan Corpus, our first referee, initially wanted to give it to Cignal, but there was no touch. But that's a good play, though.
We haven't seen a lot of those combination plays, and I think at this point, especially as we get into the second set, where things can be more predictable, easier to read, that would be a game changer.
Good dig there by Kamui. That's going to sail out.
Oh, finds the line.
Oh, it does. Sorry. My bad. Let's go to Franny Reyes now. Franny.
Boom and I earlier spoke with Sed Domingo, who actually said that she's really up for the challenge facing her former FEU Tamaraw teammate, Jel Cayuna. She said that really the challenge for her as a highly activated middle blocker is going up against teams who really activate their middle blockers as well, especially quickers at that. There's more anticipation that's needed, more observation that's needed. And as you guys mentioned earlier, they did outblock Cignal, but that was not enough in the first set. They've got to bring more attacking power. But at the end of the day, Sed did say that she is always excited to face someone as formidable as Jel, and we can look forward to more of this interesting matchup in our match tonight. Back to you guys.
Well, more attacks now here at the start of the second set. Mission accomplished for them. They wanted a better start. They're ahead by 3-4-1. Make that 5-1. So the tables have turned here. It is Akari with a 4-point lead. Will Coach Shaq call for time? Yes, he will.
Okay? Sige, pasa muna ulit. Kailangan makakuha tayo ng punto dati sa atake. Yan. Yan. Pwede mo challenge. Kahit na, bigyan mo rin ito. Cover lang tayo, cover ha, cover. Okay? Pasa muna ulit, pasa muna. And then atake na tayo.
Cignal!
So what has changed, partner?
Tables have turned, and there is that urgency for Coach Shaq because like what we mentioned in set number 1, what really helped them, we're talking about Cignal, is the fact that they were able to take the lead. And that gave them some cushion. But now they have to play catch-up.
Duremdes is in. They've been going to that play. Hindi sinet ni lalong isip. So sila ang binalikan. So many players, sometimes they make that mistake. That wanting to return it even if they were out of position. When actually, pwede mo pang gawing first ball yun, Ann.
Oh, ito rin yung sinasabi kanina ni Franny, no, in her talk, her chat with some of the players of Cignal. Actually, I think it was with Katie, the bad decisions that they've made in the game. And everything happened so fast.
Vanny is in for Ishi. As Santos targets that corner again. Down 4. Erica Santos with 7 points. She leads Cignal. Mitchum is the one who leads Akari with 8. So Vanny's in for Ishi. Lalong isip. She will serve and sweep, and I'm sure she'll have her share of attacks too, but that was too fast for Vanny Gandler. 7 points for Ellie Soyon.
Really solid offense here for Akari in the second set. And you see also that they have better passing this time around.
Ooh! Mitchum says sorry. She sends it to the net. 3 serving 7. Aquino. That's a great. First of all, that first ball was spectacular for Justine Hazareno. So, if you're Cal, you got no excuse. And VP Sharma spanks them. 8-3 is the score.
Player highlights, we got you covered. Subscribe now to the PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
PV Sharma and the rest of the Chargers up 8-3. But down a set here. Set number 2. Chargers versus the Super Spikers. Live on One Sports, One Sports Plus, and the Pilipinas Live app. Santos. Santos has been efficient.
It's the same cross-court target, but Akari defenders really having a difficult time.
Erica Santos.
8-4.
Oh, wow.
The deception from LA Soyun.
And you know, Soyud really had a target. Look at that. Duremdes too far back.
For Akari. Soyu.
No, they are having problems with passing. We're
passing.
talking about Cignal.
Good instinct there by Tagaod. Dawn was there.
Oh.
Justin Hazareno again.
Oh.
Smart for Cayuna.
Cayuna with a well-played shot.
Hazareno has been all over.
Yeah.
Sabi ni Jel, pahirapan nga natin to ng konti.
She knew. Yeah,
she
knew
wasn't in
everybody.
position yet. Look at that.
She knew everybody was scrambling to the front. Veteran, 3-time best setter. She knows her stuff. Back to the floater for Katie. Erica again. Oh, wow. Miss-hit. Mababa ba yung pasan?
Looks like for her, ball trajectory medyo mataas eh.
Tagaod. 10 serving 5. Overpass.
Tough one.
Good chase by Vanny. Rolling ball. It's overpass 2. Trevi from behind, and Katie scores.
Trevi Kapska.
I just gave her a new nickname. Trevi. Katie Trevichowska. Katie.
Apparently, it is KT, like the letters K and T.
K and T.
Yeah,
Trevi sounds good.
actually.
Sounds endearing. 6 serving 10. Of course, I have not asked her for permission yet.
Can we,
So we will park that idea first. Acuna. To Mitchum.
solid.
Doria Pino.
The rejection from Doria Aquino is a tibay defensive play of the set, brought to you by Elastoseal Selyado. Ang bubong anumang panahon. Bang! Seven serving 10. Hazareno. Another miss set to Domingo. So little run here, 3-0 run by Cignal forces Coach Tina to call time.
Simplihan lang natin. Kung gusto mo mag-running, kung nila na maayos yung bola. Akin yung coach pinilit. Huwag na tayo masyadong fancy yung mga galaw natin. Simplihan natin. Nakakapit ko sa'yo na simplihan. Dahan-dahan lang natin. Wait! Maayos yung pasa. Hindi lang na tayo makakonvert.
Huwag na natin hayaan tumikit or lumamang pa sa atin. Putol na tayo, side out agad tayo, ha? Let's go! Akari!
Biggest lead was 5. It's down to 2.
Coach Tina pointing out that passing is good, but they're just unable to close the point. It's a matter of connection between the setter and the attacker.
It's so amusing to see the on-court mannerisms of Katie Trevichowska.
You know, she is a joy to watch.
Oh, she
Like-
is. It is.
Like, even me who's watching her, parang na-energize ako.
Down the line. Mitchell.
The way she communicates also, her gestures to her teammates. Like a fun personality. But she's all business too. 8-11. Good timeout by Coach Tina. They get a point out of it. That's going to sail out.
Let's go.
Reaction. Hey, you know what? Maybe that's what Cignal actually needs, because in the last few times that they've gone on court, they also had a little bit of a demeanor of seriousness that not in a good kind. Sometimes medyo na dadala. Alam mo yun, partner.
Mabigat,
You know
diba?
what I'm talking about? Yes.
It feels heavy.
Yes.
But for now, again, a lot of over receives.
Oh, Doria scraping the net there. So the lead is back to 3 for Akari. Uli.
Oo,
There.
kita-kita. Her reaction after also a big giveaway.
Nice serve.
Better passing this time. And that's the only thing for Cignal. Of course, the sets would be high. That allows a lot of time for the blockers of Akari to really position themselves.
I'm surprised that Gel hasn't tried going to Vanny also.
A lot of options, but can be limiting also because the passing, again, we usually see Kayuna have to move towards the ball.
Lead is back to 4, by the way. Victoria Aquino, back-to-back hits for her.
And there really is a lot of material. If they can only pass better, they can maximize the center spikers.
So Vanny rotates back. Hasn't had a swing at it. So she's doing her job on defense and from serving. Mitchum adjusting. Good dig there by Dawn. Katie. Reverse to Soyud. Rejected! Right hand. Stays there. She's into it, isn't she?
That's the energy that they need. Infectious.
Mitchum, full swing, full jump.
Back-to-back blocks.
Well, they're right back in it now. 12 serving 13. Solid serving by Gandler. Blocking from Cignal has brought them back.
It is down to 1. Serve. Then.
That's going to sail out. Yeah, maybe I jinxed that one.
They've managed to score some points. Just keep it close to Akari. But they are unable to match it.
Rolling ball. Hazareno got a hand on it. Gel chooses Santos. And the block was late.
On the hit out.
Di madali yung mga set ni Gel kay Santos. Ha? Lalo na sa harap natin nangyayari, partner. Di madali yan. Ha?
She manages.
I mean, it looks easy on TV.
It looks nice.
It looks nice, but actual execution of that set to the opposite side is tough. Tagawad. Denied! And we're all tied up at 14. Blocking has gotten them back into this match.
4 block points.
Wow.
Here in this set.
5-1 run, partner.
Serving Dorian Pino.
And finally, stopping that bleeding was PV Sharma, who quietly, by the way, has gotten herself 6 points in this match.
But you know, she is very reliable. Every time she gets a set.
Yeah, high percentage.
Oh, high percentage.
For Chargers.
So they maintain a 1-point lead, but that's going to sail out.
Katie so happy.
That she did not touch that ball.
Yeah, she let that go.
You know, finding a reinforcement is, other than the skill, of course, syempre, yan ang hanapin ng mga coaches. Diba? But it's also about a fit. Fit of personality also, diba?
And, you know, I think it's very good showing. They bump into each other, but laugh it off. I mean, chemistry, something that we see as early as now, even if she's only played her, this is her 3rd game with the team.
Well, look at that. Cignal takes over at the technical timeout point.
Na-miss niyo ba yung game namin? Kung na-miss niyo, subscribe na to our YouTube channel. Subscribe na!
You're still watching the PVL here in San Juan City, where the Cignal Super Spikers are up by 1 against Akari Chargers. Now, I got to speak with Jackie Acuna, who told me hindi pwede yung mabilis lang, yung malakas lang. Dapat matalino sila bilang middle blockers ng Cignal so that they can become a threat. And when they are a threat, mapapadali ang buhay ni Jel Cayuna, because then she'll be able to utilize all the weapons she has in her arsenal. They've been struggling with the way that they started this conference, but right now, it's about having a mindset of anything can happen. So why not go all out and win this game? Back to you, Boomanan.
Well, they're already taken over the lead, and they're up by 2 now, Franny. And those middle blockers that you're talking about is combined for 10 points in this match. By the way, they've had 5 blocks here in this set alone. This time, though, they were not able to prevent Sotones from scoring.
But I think that is a huge game changer for Cignal, helping them.
Oh, boy, that was a loaded windup.
You know, earlier they were struggling, trying to play catch-up, and now they look very comfortable.
Katie has gone back to the floater, and Mitchum was indecisive in terms of how or what. Was she going to take it? And in the last second, she decided. Otherwise, you know what coaches will always say when we were kids.
When in doubt, you just get it.
Tsaka pag kinuha mo na sa gilid, medyo
alanganin na.
delikado ka na. Oh.
But Cignal, they find themselves in a good position right now.
Short serve this time for KT. The lead is 3. They were down 5. They're up 3 now. Go. What has happened here to Akari?
Not very organized. I mean, they started off
20
strong.
16.
But I think the recovery, they can't seem to find it at this point.
Camille Victoria's checked in already for Akari as KT. This time a sharp one. Soltones, some sauce on that cross. 5 points. Lady Beast. Good spot for the vet.
Even Makandile couldn't get to it.
17 serving 20. Fanny over. Yeah, but Jel hits the net with her body because it was an overpass. So Coach Shaq will call timeout. He's not waiting anymore. He's like pressing timeout buttons right away.
Timeout natin yan. Kaya natin. Dalawa lang naman yung ano. Patay ng 2, ha? Okay? Basta muna ulit. Asboy, ikaw na bahala sa distance. Attackers, ready ha? And then cover lang tayo, cover, okay? Okay, go, go.
Coach Shaq reminding that was their last time out. So they got to deal with it now on their own.
I think still reassuring them because they have this 2-point lead. But there is urgency in terms of not slowing down. They have to be consistent. And again, earlier we were talking about finishing. And they are at the tail end of set number 2. They can't allow Akari to get the momentum back.
Just tuned in, Akari had a 5-point lead earlier. Cignal had a 3-point lead. And ball is in their possession. Acuna in the middle is denied.
Triple block. Point.
Down to 1.
For Akari.
Here comes the Akari chase. Momentum has shifted.
Well read by Domingo.
Danny was going to that middle. I thought she was going to get it. She would have had an open block. Danny receiving. KT. That's gonna go out. No! It hit someone. It hits number 5, Vanny. Vanny says it didn't hit her.
We are tied.
So are they gonna challenge?
I think they will. It is an important point.
It is. The ball was so fast when it came back. Referee Ryan Corpus thought it skidded past Vanny Candler, or at least hit her. But Vanny thinks she told Dawn, right? She told Dawn
that there's none.
So Dawn vehemently went to ask the coaching staff to challenge this one. A very crucial point, because if this is a lost or unsuccessful challenge, we are all tied up, so that 3-point lead will be gone for Cignal.
And you see Katie trying to pump up the
Telling
rest
them
of the
to stay.
team.
Yeah, they've had a great. She tried to. Did it hit? That's tough. That is tough. Oh, so they're gonna call it. They're called unsuccessful challenge. So they're gonna do a double sub here.
8 out, 12. 22.
Katie is telling everybody, keep it up, or Dialis is in. C is in for the double sub. Now that we are at 20 all. Acuna. Quick response.
We were talking about activating
Oh, ganda
center
ng miss.
spikers.
Oh. Actually, may
He
sumabay na
was the
block. Oh, may sumabay na blocker.
Said, I think, was there.
But Acuna linihis. 21-20. Jewel Encarnacion to serve and sweep for Cignal. Back to Mitchum. Gets it back. KT was there. Vanny gets it. And scores!
Gantler. 22-20.
Little cushion here at the end as you see the rest of the Super Spikers. Which Tina calls time. Her turn now to press that last time out.
Basta automatic pag nag-ipa sila, automatic commit tayo sa... Yan naman ang nangyayari. Okay, pagdating naman sa atin, commit pa rin. Set, kailangan pa rin natin commit na. Validation tayo at maaari. Okay, Annie, let's go!
Basta, patient sa blockings, ha? Let's go! Akari!
Change of setters. Mars Alba is back. And of course, part of the two-player package, the double sub. Chelsea with Jewel Encarnacion serving it back to Mitchum. She's asking for it, but it is Said who gets it. And they score right away.
Going for faster plays for both our setters.
A lot of options here for Chelsea. See who she will choose. Oh, an overpass.
This has been the problem of Cignal.
Victoria, though, is rejected, but they are able to reload that one as Mitchum scores. 22 all. Good pickup by Mars. Yun nga, pag may player kang ganyan, talaga itaas mo ang bola.
Gagawa niya ng paraan.
Out of system, yeah. Better receive, yeah. Gantler again.
Oh.
Wow, what a rocket.
She hasn't been getting much sets earlier. but highly efficient.
Yeah, on the at least the 3 attacks, well, 2 attacks that she's had, she's scored 2 points off of it. So Ordiales is out. Cayuna is back in. Full front line for Cignal, but Mitchum is the one. Soft block. Cayuna sets up Gandler. Not that time. Delayed by the blockers. Mitchum, what an angle!
Doria Aquino also late in blocking that time.
12 points. Randy Mitchum. 23 all. Kung ganyan ka rin katangkad, yun pa yung you can play with angles, no?
Oh, yeah.
Because the sharper the crosses, you can go for it. Back to Gandler. Faulty first ball, but she was way under that one.
Crucial error right there for Cignal.
Point advantage.
And it all started with the first ball. Set point for the Chargers. Back to Gandler. Katie denied! One set all as the Akari Chargers close the door on Cignal, who had a 2-point lead at the end of this second set. A point brought to you by Myra. Be Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion. It is P. Sharma who will be credited for that one. 7 points for her. We will be back. Back inside the Philo Oil Center here in San Juan City, and we're all tied up now. 25-21 in the first. A set dominated by the Super Spikers. And then in the second set, quite a story. 5-1 start by the Akari Chargers, and then midway, the Cignal Super Spikers caught up and had a 3-point lead, a 2-point lead late in the set, and then Akari with a late charge. All right, Andrew Mulyakanda, tell me your thoughts on that second set.
I think for Cignal, one of the problems that we did point out as we first look at the stats for that last set, the Akari Chargers, tables have shifted this time around. They have scored 16 attack points. They had more attempts. This is 16 points out of 45 attempts, while Cignal had 11 points out of 35 attempts. Nag-shift din, no, when it came to blocking partner, 5 points itong Cignal. But again, same problem as Akari in set number 1. It's not enough. They just didn't produce as much numbers here in that last set. And in terms of errors, both teams giving up 6 points. But I think, for Cignal, they lost out a lot of opportunities because of their passing. The reception, we saw how a lot of overballs. Actually, halos Akari has taken advantage of that, and they lost chances to kill attacks in that last set.
So Coach Shaq will bring back the original starting 6 for him. Lalong Isip will be in there, who was taken out at some point there in that second set. Cignal made that run, to their credit. Fanny producing a couple of points. The blocking of Cignal, 5 in that second set, as you noted, but they were out-attacked, especially towards the end. So, 1-1. A 2-3 team in Cignal versus a 3-2 team
Welcome back to the third set
in Akari.
of the match between Akari Chargers and Super Spikers.
Kamui will get us started. KT receives. And pick up there, the get by Cayuna. Soltones, back to Mitchum. That's gonna go out. First point, Akari. That's Mitchum's 13th point. Towering over everyone.
She's been a tough one to defend at the net, even on the floor.
Cunha has been a beneficiary of a lot of Cayuna sets. This time, Mitchum saw that there was a big gaping hole.
Just behind the blockers.
And another quick start here by Akari, 2-0. Better pass here. But defense of Akari is now working. Katindig to Katie, has to adjust. Kamui took it in the chest. Soyud will send it over. One more try. Santos from behind, that's in.
One of the few times she doesn't go for an extreme cross court, at least in this match.
A smart hit though. Look at that angle. That's tough too because she had Mitchum in front of her. A cut shot on the opposite side. Cal chasing. Mitchum still able to block or break that block. Racking up the points now. Mitchum with 15. Check in with Freddie Reyes.
Ruben, and in those end moments of those last 2 sets, we really saw the Akari Chargers fight. And Justine Hazareno really told me actually that after their loss, they noticed just how much frustrations plagued their game. They weren't able to connect as a team, and that was evident in their inability to get a side out in their last match. Now, somehow they've been able to recompose themselves, especially in those latter moments, find each other and work together as a team. And they're looking to end this match in 4 sets. Back to you guys.
All right, now the Cignal Super Spikers are catching up to Akari.
That was an exciting exchange.
It was.
Soyud really frustrated She had the right idea, but sent that
Too strong,
out.
too strong, yeah.
Too strong.
Acuna now. Soltones, perfect pass. She gets it back with one blocker to break or to beat. 6 points for Gretzel. 2-point lead.
Makes it easier. Just one blocker in front of her.
4-2. KT receiving. That's so smart by Erica Santos, just going, tipping it and dumping it behind the blockers. Santos.
This just really goes to show how there's so much awareness on what's happening on the opposite side. Because she really varies the return, the angles to which she brings her attacks.
Can Soya do it? Nope. Good serve there by Santos. By the way, Santos is going head-to-head with Mitchum here. 13 points for Santos, 15 for Mitchum. KT Trevichapska with 8. The reinforcement of Cignal. Mitchum will just push it. Bump to KT. With a block out. And a hit out for her 9th point. Four serving 5.
Santos also very steady at the service line.
You're right. You didn't jinx it.
Thankfully.
And they're all caught up now at 5. Sorry, I got the score wrong. It's actually Cignal now. I had 6-4. Cal will reverse it to Soyud. Nowhere to go. Return to sender. Trevichapska gets into double digits with that block and a 3-point lead. And Coach Tina won't wait for the technical timeout.
Let's go, Hindi pa tapos. Let's go. Tayo magpahinga. Basta lang yan. Kaya yan. Kaya natin to. Let's go! Lagi tayo! Lagi sa kayo eh! Akari! Chargers! Isa muna, isa muna!
This T-by defensive play off the set is brought to you by Elastosil Selyado Mubong anumang panahon. The ladies love it. The old school term, offensive block. Diba, partner?
Oh, I saw her wave her hand. She really means business. Tawa-tawa lang daw siya, pero ito pa, this lady also means business.
On fire now, 14 points. And technical timeout time. We will be back.
Technical timeout. 8, 6, 4.
Bitin na kaya sa games? Watch all the replays on PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
Substitution. Akari Charters, 22 out. 6, Tagal. 8.
Erica Santos and the rest of the Super Spikers now in the lead by 4. They've doubled up on the Chargers. 8-4. That's out, but there's a touch. Umamin naman daw si Jen.
Oo. Very honest.
Yeah.
Well, right now,
Tortones with 7 points.
right now for Cignal also, they can afford to do so because they have some cushion, which we know is still never safe.
Yeah, that's they lost their cushion in that second set. Duck ball works, powering it through is Cal.
One of the big advantages nowadays, no? Tall setter.
Lead back to 3 after that service error. Mitchum is all out of the... She's on the bench. Having a snack. A potassium snack, yeah.
Well-deserved rest.
Hydrating a little bit. Overpass. Katie from behind with a rolling ball. And confusing the girls of Akari. Back to 4 here.
For Katie,
smart.
Look at how she really tries to vary also her returns. Likewise, her serves.
Yes.
We mentioned it earlier.
Pwedeng short, pwedeng long, floater, power. Stops the ball there. Lalong isip is denied. Back to Ishi.
Good
Nandun pa
coverage.
rin. Katie. Powering it through and putting it away. 12 points for Trevichanska.
Partner, she is fitting in and gelling very well with Cignal, even just on her 3rd match day with the team.
43 points in the 2 matches that she played for Cignal. So already averaging 21. Look at that serve. It's back to Cignal because of that serve. Doria Aquino gets the B quick to work. 10 points for her.
Look at that, between the blockers. Also, KD keeping the receivers really guessing.
This time it's too sharp, too low. First service error for her. That's on you.
Sorry, KD.
Minsan lang ako maghugas kamay.
Oo nga eh. Sumakto eh, no?
A 5-point lead. 6 was the biggest here in the set. Wow. That would.
Called a touch was called. Now I think for the side of Akari, they're clarifying who, because they're denying it. There's no touch.
And Ryan Corpus says there was. Tina Sala.
Okay,
so the point was given to Cignal, right? Yes. Let's listen in.
Okay lang, pwede ka lang magsalita, pero wala na yung ano.
Hindi po, nasa loob po ako. Ang layo ko po. Nasa loob po ako, hindi po. Nasa loob po ako.
Ayan, ano.
Nasa loob po ako. Nasa loob po ako. Yung bola, ang layo po.
Number 2. Okay na. Pinaliwanag ko na, Captain, pinaliwanag ko na.
Challenge po, challenge.
Walang challenge yun. Walang last touch.
Last touch, left. Last touch. Last touch.
Pwede na kitang bigyan ng delay niyan. Pwede na kitang bigyan ng miss.
Nasa loob po ako. Ang layo po ng bola. Last touch po. Last touch.
wait lang. Ano, wala kang... Sige. Well, replay na lang natin. Captain.
Looks like persistence will pay off here for Justine Hazareno.
She really was making her point.
Okay na. Nag-verify na ako dun sa language. I-replay na lang natin yung play. I-replay natin. Okay.
So replay the point. Linesman telling Ryan Corpus that he didn't see a last touch.
Now, it was far.
And you know, give credit to Justin. She says thank you. Give credit to her. She did not give up on her case.
Oh yeah.
Most, and you know what? I have to give credit to Ryan Corpus too, because some referees will sometimes, you know, just cut that conversation off early.
Ayusin natin kasi there is from judgment. Ayusin natin. I-replay natin. Okay na.
Well, Justin really pushing it now.
Oh, yeah. Hazareno really negotiating.
Yeah, I gotta.
Pero may po. Very
Yeah,
polite.
she's completely respectful.
Oh, yeah. You know, but I think what the point she is making is
It
that
has to be her point. Their
it
point.
has to
yes.
be their point. It
Yeah.
cannot be replayed because there wasn't any last touch. That is what she is.
But also, volleyball protocol
Yes.
here is that she is right on the line, partner of. There you go. So replay the point. She made her case. They listened to her, and we get to replay. 7-12. And Cignal will get the point anyway. But I honestly, I love that conversation, partner. I loved it. I love listening to it. Both the referee and the captain negotiating. Pwede ba natin isama sa shopping?
Magaling siguro ito maghagol.
Bargain.
Tumawad, ganyan. Justin, ha, pagka...
I'm inviting you,
I'm inviting you. Please accompany us.
Back to the action here. Lalong isip is denied by Victoria. So let's see who it favored. Whether it gave Akari a little fuel to come back here, or will Cignal extend their distance. Right now it's at 5. Yan ang nakukuha mo pag mabait ka nakikipag ano eh.
Oo, diba?
Pag lagi kang may po.
I'll take some notes.
Ann, pautangin mo naman po ako, Ann.
Po. Sige na po.
14-8 is our score now. Cignal continues to score here as Gel continues to identify the open corners.
Good serve.
Good
pass.
first ball, yes.
Oh! Sharma. With the help of the net.
It's not a done deal for Cignal. We are far from over. This is just midway at 14-9.
Victoria, serving for
You know why I'm saying I also want to give credit to Ryan Corpus just to finish that conversation. He was so tempted to give them a yellow card or delay or whatever, but he also practiced restraint and he really listened to Hazareno. And Hazareno respectfully pushed her case and you know, pleaded. So I love that. That's why I said I love that conversation, because one showed a lot of restraint, the other one showed a lot of respect. 15-9. Counter-attack here for Cignal. Acuna gets the toss. Cignal partners rolling here into the technical timeout. 16-9.
player highlights, we got you covered. Subscribe now to the PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
Katie Trebichavska and the rest of the Super Spikers 16-9 ahead here in set number 3. Lalong isip.
Oh.
That will drop in. Are they going to challenge that? Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
There's a challenge.
Tagaod seemed very sure.
Nananadya to si Ishi.
Oh. Dulong-dulo eh.
Ayun ba yun? Ano ba ibig mo sabihin? No? Sige.
Ako dun sa serve na lang.
Okay, sige. 17-9 is our score. Ball in, ball out challenge. Here in this third set that has become... well, actually, the early lead went to Akari and then Cignal recovered right away in a barrage of points by the Super Spikers. Generally, actually, when you think about it, partner, they have been the better team, generally, except for that dulo nung second set, when they had that slip.
Yes.
But overall, if you're talking about percentage, 70% probably, they've been the better team here.
Only question as we look at that. Again, even the slightest touch in the line.
Ball is in. Challenge.
A lucky one.
Yes.
For lalong isip.
Sinukat daw yan. Hindi yan
Sinukat.
hindi na laki yan.
Pag hinipan mo ng konti, labas na ng line eh. Gotta be careful with those serves.
17-9.
Oof, that one clearly
Challenge! Di ba? Di ba? Malayo masyado.
Sabi niya na ako, napalakas.
They have some cushion here, though. Players who are not playing for Akari, look at that. Faith Nisperos, Ivy Laxina, all nursing injuries. Santos! Good recovery here by Akari, and it is Mars Alba able to score.
Loving that point. Setters don't often get sets, and she gets that opportunity.
But these two, no, si Jel and si Mars, they have a knack of getting some swings in every now and then. Oof. Oof. Mitchum didn't even have to move there. Good coverage by Fifi. Another one for Mars. Back to back for Alba. Lead is down to 6. Biggest lead was 8, and Coach Shaq is not toying around.
Stop lang tayo ng momentum, ha? Stop lang. KD, relax, too high. Okay? It's okay. Okay, one good pass ulit, tapos atake lang tayo ulit, ha?
Energy tayo, energy! Eh, tara! Receive lang tayo, papatay tayo sa Cignal! Cignal!
Yeah, 3-0 run, and it's cut that lead down to 5. And the last 2 points for the attacker, Mars Alba.
She's loving that point. A lot of emotions na rin at this point, because they really need to catch up.
Yeah, they've been a bit frustrated. That's why. Good defense there by Azareno. No touch this time.
Ball is out.
Over adjustment by Gretzel. And a good timeout by Coach Shaq. They cut the momentum. That's what he wanted, even if he had a cushion. He did not want for that momentum to continue for Akari. 18-12. Back to Gretzel. Off the soft block. Ishii from behind. Dug by Hazareno. Fifi on the run. Sharma with 8 points here.
Not a lot of running hits from both teams. Sharma gets that point.
$13 serving 18.
You know, at least what we see in this match, no lead is safe. So for Cignal, they have to get the point back right away.
Yeah, no touch. 2 straight points for Akari to cut the lead down to 4. They're slowly inching back. This biggest lead was 8. Remember that. Passing has been a problem again the last couple of sequences. That's off a block. At the tip of the fingers of the blockers. Katie with 13 points. Taas ng pase.
But she manages. You know, I think reception is a problem, but also gotta give credit to Akari dahil kinakargahan talaga nila yung mga serve nila.
Mitchum from behind.
Mitchum off the ball. 15-19.
Cutting the lead down to 4 once again. Lalong Isip is the target. KT, another touch of the Trevichowska attack. 14 points for the Slovakian.
20-15. Foreign guest player, KT Trevichowska.
Sereno with a solid first pass. The decision by Domingo to set it. Santos will send it over. Dug by Katindig. Shoot set to Lalong Isip. Gets through the block. Chance here for Cignal. KT in the middle with a push. Alba was there for the dig. And that rally is still not done. Alba will choose Domingo. Katindig on a tip, the longest rally of the match so far. And it is Mitchum who puts it away.
That's the rally.
Look at them catch their breath.
That's an exhausting exchange.
Katindig, very impressive defense.
Bouncing around. But this time, Mitchum scores her 17th point. Another overpass, but it's back to Cignal. Lalong Isip has to ad-lib. Miscommunication between Alba and Domingo. Gives a point to Cignal. They are 4 points away from a 2-1 lead.
Alba unhappy with that set.
2 out. 3.
Encarnacion into serve and sweep. Mitchum is in front. KT is in the back on the other side. And Encarnacion on tap.
Duo Encarnacion, 7 for first fight.
Back to Annie. Chance to counter here for the red shirts. KT. Soltones with the chase. Mitchum. High ball. Gel will go to KT again, who pulls!
Brutal blow. Trevichowska.
KT always utilizing that check.
Yeah, you're right. Always going High ball,
Time out.
high hands, 15 points, 12 attacks. She has an ace, she has a couple of blocks.
Mars! Kailangan lang, masyado lang mamadali lang. Timing lang. Let's go! Malayo pa, malayo pa, malayo pa, malayo pa.
Habulin natin ha, isa-isa lang tayo. Tsaga tayo ha, tsaga. Vamos! Akari! Charger!
(22-16). Biggest lead was 8. It was cut down to 4. But now it's back to 6. Window closing for Akari for a comeback here in set 3.
22.
Well, they find themselves in a similar situation as set number 2. Earlier, Akari was at 16-20 na yung Cignal. Mas malayo-layo lang.
Oh boy!
Coach Tina saying, Annie, just attack, attack, attack.
Yan, tinatawag nilang tusok na tusok. Baon na baon.
Kaya may hair flip talaga pagkatapos.
Yeah, I used to do that too. The hair flip na hindi,
The hair flip,
hindi yung
hindi yung-
baon, hindi yung baon na palo. Oh, Acuna. Oh, Mitchum disagrees that she scraped the net, but hey. So we got a challenge to try to settle it. A crucial point too, so Mitchum and the rest of the gang might want to really challenge this one. Was it the hair though? The net fall challenge.
You see her really, no?
She said, no, right away.
No.
Don't call that on me. Yo, Ryan.
Then they'll have another discussion.
Justin, come here and negotiate for me. You speak it on my behalf. All right, so crucial point, 23-17. Let's see, the call was a net fault. Not
It seemed
there.
like it was the ball.
It was the ball.
There is no net ball. Challenge is successful.
So we replay the point. Good challenge by Mitchum.
Point will be replayed.
Just the ball that hit the net. So it's 22-17. We replay that one.
Domingo.
KT receiving. Gets it back. Look at that. Look at that.
Katie knew that they were expecting a strong hit, a long one.
It's the approach that sold it, and look at her aggressive on the approach, and then cocks it back. That reaction too. And now officially they are at 23-17. Cignal looking to close here. Nazareno receiving, leaves it for Victoria. That's off the block.
Off the block, Victoria. 18-23. Substitution.
Soyun will come back.
19 out.
Camille also coming back. 18 will be serving 23.
For Cignal, they will be on the receiving end. Their reception can be better. Acuna is in front.
Coach,
Santos also.
Yeah, Coach Shakon's really stuck with this 6. Good serve by Camille. Berdychavska apologizing. She was sliding left when the ball went right. See that ball curved to the right? Coach Shak will call his final timeout.
One good pass muna. Kuha tayo ng puntos para ikaw magharap sa gate. Serve, ha? Okay? Atake tayo ng mais and then cover, ha? Napunta ko nila ang cover ulit at cover ulit tayo. Okay?
End game!
Pasa lang, ha?
Cignal!
Okay, last 2 points, tayo, ha? Pero 1 point.
Very hard to close. It's not as easy as people want it to be sometimes.
Well, for Cignal, they can expect strong serves.
Karga na yan.
Oh, because at this point, I think, you know, for Akari, we have to find all ways to either score a point or just manage to break the play of Cignal.
Better first ball there, not perfect. So a chance to counter here. Cal reverses to Soyud. Gel leaves it for Lalong Isip. Cal opens to Mitchum. And Mitchum is rejected emphatically. And they get the set point. Cignal does.
Cignal Super Spikers now at set point advantage.
Santos with that block.
Ishilak.
Fifi, that's good. Katie with the left hand. You gotta send it over, they do. Cal looks at the defense, goes to Mitchum. Mitchum fires. Gel will shoot it to Katie, who rolls it to the other side. It is 24-19. Dump ball works for Fifi Sharma.
Not yet over. Akari is saying.
That's gonna go out though. Mitchum sends it long, which gifts the match, set point to the Super Spikers, who are ahead 1-all. Sorry, 2-1 rather, here in this match. A point brought to you by Myra B. Vita Brighter with Myra's vitamin-powered whitening lotion. This was a crucial one. Take a break, we'll be back. (25-21) for Cignal, 25-23 as Akari came back in that second set. But this time, in the third set, the Super Spikers would not allow a comeback. They slammed the door on the Chargers. After leading by 8, they win by 5. Right.
The cushion that they had really helped them in that last set. And, you know, we've seen what happened in set number 2. Ano, nakahabol itong Akari sa kanila because of that mistake. And that's something that they made sure hindi na mangyayari in that last set. As we look at the numbers, pretty even across the different skill departments, from attacking to aces. Lumamang lang ng konti yung Cignal, just by 1 point in each department. But for Akari, I think they gave up 6 errors in that last set. Mababa, yes, but it kind of offsets also the points that they have scored in that last set. And that's tough, knowing that Cignal was leading throughout set number 3.
So we got to set number 4. Technically, Cignal has played well enough to actually win this in 3 sets, but the errors at the end, as we always say, the timing of the errors sometimes really is a killer, and that's what killed them in that second set. And for Akari, you know, the old volleyball mantra, no match is won in 2 sets, so they know they're still in this one. If you're Cignal, you don't want to give any kind of confidence to the Chargers. So Coach Shaq will stick with the 6 that has generally worked for him, and that is Lalong Isip, Doria Aquino, Cayuna, Santos, Acuna, Trevichavska, and of course, Katindig as the libero.
Well, this is a very important match for Cignal. They currently have 2 wins, 3 losses. We did mention that they are at the bottom half of the team standings, and everyone wants to be a part of the top 8.
Second pool phase, the start of the second pool phase here in the PVL. Good fake there by Mars, but Cignal still able to get through that. Mitchum, Sontones, cross court, Katindig with the dig, Santos. Casareno will send it to Alba, who puts it to the other side. Cayuna leaves it for Acuna for the first point of this 4th set. Earlier, the long exchanges belonged to Akari. Lately, it's been Cignal who's been a little more solid in the longer ones. Boom Gonzalez, Andrew Mulyakanda, and Franny Reyes with you on One Sports Plus, and the Pilipinas Live app. That was solid for Fifi Sharma. 10 points on 9 attacks, and a block for Fifi.
I also love how the first point for both teams are scored by the center spikers.
Katie goes long, there's no touch there. She's trying to go high hands again with the way that she went for it. 2-1, Akari. Santos on the other end is checked. Katie will get this one. That's an antenna hit.
Set too wide.
3-1.
Back-to-back attack errors for Cignal.
Deep dish receive is off. Santos. That's what happens with a receive that is off sometimes on the out-of-system plays. As Santos having a tough time getting up. Is she looking at her leg? Is she cramping? But let's hope that if it is an issue, it is cramps.
They are stretching her leg.
Yeah. And Santos has 15 points here in this match.
Yeah, that's what they say. Cramps, ipadjak mo. That's exactly what she's doing.
They're averaging 11.2 in the 3 games that Cignal has played. Erica seems to be good enough to play. It is 4-1 for Akari. Acuna on the run. Alba with a dig. That is definitely in. 5-1. Coach Shaq looking at the score, looking at whether he's going to call a timeout. And yes, he is.
Timeout. Super Spike.
Pwede ka muna ngayon, okay? Sige. Kailangan makakonvert tayo ng magandang punto sa ano natin, ha? Atake, ha? Sige, go. Boy, diskarte pa. Let's go! Kaya apat lang yan, ha? 1 point at a time. Tsagain lang natin. Tsaga, ha? Okay.
how can they keep their momentum and not relax if they want to win this set. Earlier, I saw Trebichavska in high spirits with the coaches. All the players actually looked a lot lighter. They were in game and they looked like they wanted to end this match in just 4 sets. Though the score does not reflect that just yet, we are sure to see a comeback from the Cignal Super Spikers. Back to you, Bumanan.
Well, they just scored a point out of that timeout, Franny, so cutting that lead down to 3. They've been here before. Cunha safely sends it to Mitchum. It's a good block by Tori Aquino. And a free ball for the red shirts. Not good enough. That's too close to the net. Good get there by Lalong Isip. Sereno will be the one to send it to Soyud. Gel to Santos, who puts it away. 2 straight points out of the Shack timeout.
And really good effort to keep the ball alive for the ladies in red.
3-5. Now that's too low and too far from Mitchum, so a free ball for KT, who apologizes to Alba for the strong spike. Boy, that was fast.
Good. It's good that she has very fast reflexes.
Yes. That's 3 straight points by Cignal. Now the lead down to 1. Good timeout by Coach Shack. Soltones gets it back. Good get.
Ooh, Tori Aquino and Santos.
Naghintayan.
Oh, who will get that ball? Nobody said mine. They really just looked at each other.
4-6. 6 serving 4. Oh, what an angle for KT Mitchum. Good get there. Lalong Isip solid on the digging. Here comes KT, full jump. That's going to go out. 19 points.
Love the variety we're seeing from KT.
The energy, the variety, her spirit, the way she blends in with the team. And an ace by the previously cramping Erica Santos. And this is all tied up now, 6-all. So just like in set 3, they come back early. Two straight aces. Santos with 18 points for herself too. Well, you told us at the start of the coverage we needed to see more from Erica. She's delivering that.
Tough floater, but Soltones gets it. Finally.
That is unreturnable. When it's that high, that close to the net, say goodbye to that ball. The trajectory is just straight down.
She gets it from the very top.
Yeah. 7-all. KT gets it back. No touch.
No touch
she
there.
thinks there was. Are they going to challenge? Trebichavska tells Coach Shack, I don't know. Meaning, it's up to you if you want to challenge this one.
Oh, they will take their chance.
Correction, there is a challenge on the ball.
At 8-7.
Cignal Super Spikers.
Vicky says she didn't touch it. Only one way to find out. Very competitive match here between Akari and Cignal Super Spikers. Super Spikers had 2 sets to 1, and it was a high ball. No touch there. 8-7, so that means we go to a technical timeout with Akari ahead.
Technical timeout.
Na-miss niyo ba yung game namin? Kung na-miss niyo, subscribe na to our YouTube channel. Subscribe na!
We're back after that first technical timeout. Akari huddling right here, making sure that they get a good run, get ahead of Cignal, who's managed to keep the score close after being down earlier, 5-1. Lalong Isip on your screens. She's played very well, both on offense and at the service line. Likewise, with her defense. Now we have Sharma serving for Akari. Good pass right there. And a punch. Falls within the court. A point for Cignal. Let's take a look at that again. Kayuna making the most out of that over-received ball. Score is tied to 8. Katie takes on the serve for Cignal. Mitchum with a drop. Lalong Isip blocked, recovered. Katie returned. Easy over. Mitchum blocked.
Well read by Doria.
Doria loving that point, partner.
That's her 11th point, by the way. Good read by her. Left hand stays up. Devichavska with 19 points, back serving. That's going to be out.
Saw you had the right idea. But again, very, very slim space she's got there.
(10-8). Super Spikers. Low pass, which means nakailalim si Soyud ng konti sa bola. So palitan muna ng setter si Coach Tina. Alba will move out. Cal back in. The lead. Remember, Cignal was behind 1-5 here. They're up 3 now. Same story almost as set 3. Katindig. The chase by Kayuna. Had to guide it with her arms there. Third touch. Another good one, but Sereno was wise to it.
Oh, Mitchum. Gotta send it back fast.
21 points. When it's close to that net, look at that. The angle is just so tough, so fast.
Very minimal jump.
9 serving 11. Katindig. Perfect pass by Dawn. Dawn has been spectacular also. I mean, the two liberos have been so good.
We're having a good show.
Yeah, can I just say, 2 world-class.
Oh, yeah. With some revelation for Hazareno today on her negotiating skills.
yeah. Among other skills that she has.
Among other volleyball skills.
That's in. 2-point lead. 22 points on 19 attacks for Annie Mitchum. Let's check in with Franny Reyes.
Boom and I just want to
join that conversation about our two liberos. I talked to Dawn Katindig. Obviously, she and Justine played together for Alas, and she told me that she still learns a lot knowing Justine's perspective of the game. They talk to each other a lot, and they inspire each other a lot. They have the same perspective, being defensive, non-scoring players. So they share with each other what they can do, how they can help their teams since they're unable to score. What do you guys think about that?
Two liberos who had international awards, two generations also of LaSalle liberos. And now they became sisters, obviously, through Alas. Well, even before Alas, they were considered already as sisters, as you very well know, and that sisterhood in LaSalle is very strong, regardless of batches.
Yep. One family, as they say, no matter what generation.
They're two of the best. There's no question about
definitely.
that.
I mean, we've been seeing
Look at that.
what they're capable of here in this match.
And yes, Franny is correct. They can't score, but for their teammates to score, they have to play at the highest of levels. Lead us back to 3 as Acuna struts after the block. 14-11, Judith Abil. Cal Mitchum extends. That's a good hand there by KT. Santos still able to score. Look at that.
You know, we talked about how quiet she was at the start of the conference.
Not anymore. 19 points, 13 attacks, 3 blocks, 3 aces by the PVL on tour MVP.
Guys! Tayo naman! Guys! Walang magsa-stop para tayo napatayan sa loob! Let's go!
Well, no need to interpret.
You guys get it.
And to translate everything that was said in that timeout. But the energy definitely is on the side now of the Cignal Super Spikers. Despite being behind, by the way, in this match, they have now turned a 5-point deficit into a 4-point, make that 5-point lead. Back in a moment.
Bitin ba kayo sa games? Watch all the replays on PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
We're inside the Phil Oil Center here in San Juan City. The PVL will go out of town again over the weekend. We'll tell you more about it. 16-11 is the score. And Cignal is ahead by 5. Jel Cayuna continues to serve. And targeting Mitchum. Soltones adjusting. Easy pickings for Katindig. Santos rolls it on the off speed. Soyot on the other end. Katindig will set for Erica. Definitely a mishit this time. Cannot relax if you're Cignal. You're only halfway there.
They need to be able to finish.
Celine Domingo on tap. Better first ball there. Talong isip goes cross. Nobody taking the second ball.
Second ball for Akari.
Mitchum says that's okay.
Cignal in a very good position right now.
Top 5, midway, yeah.
And Lalong Isip has been a steady server. The front row of Cignal is Katie, you have Acuna, and Santos. Oh, clearly, a touch on the head.
Chapska very disappointed with herself, too. Victoria will come back for Soyud. 4-point lead for Cignal.
Victoria earlier was able to help with blocking for Akari.
Chapska receiving, swiping. She's really shown some variety deep in her bag.
And you know, this makes her a difficult opponent because you keep guessing. She has the same approach, the same wind-up, but a lot of variety in attacks.
(18-13), open to Gretschel. Oh boy, that's a perfect hit for the Lady Beast.
And just a single block.
Ganda rin yung set eh.
It was perfect. I think that is the set that Soltones really likes. Right height, right distance from the net.
Lead is 4. Lalong Isip brings it to Cayuna. Oh, nobody home for the Super Spikers. Lead is down to 3.
Back-to-back points for Akari.
Nahabol ni Fifi. The sweeper block. The assist block. Chance to attack here. Reverse. Katindig with a pancake. And that's what we're talking about. You know, the conversation with Franny earlier. That score will not go to Dawn, but that would not be possible without Dawn. Yeah.
I love that. Look at that pancake save.
Bam! Right on the money. (19-15). Miss hit by Mitchum.
Costly error for Akari.
Service, Santos.
Santos back to Gretzel. Mitchum on a shoot set. Pinball. Still good. Victoria. That will be in on the line.
Victoria, quality minutes here for Akari.
$20 for Cignal, 16 for Fifi Sharma and the rest of the Chargers of Akari. Tori Aquino is sent back. Tremichavska with that change-up again in midair, which really disrupts the timing of the blockers. And
look at that.
Yep. Sirang-sira yung timing. Nakakainis yun, no?
That can be very frustrating. Lalo na kung tumalon ka na, expecting a full swing,
you're bracing,
strong hit,
yeah, bracing.
Tapos biglang off speed.
Bracing yourself. Service error, though. Keeping Akari in play here, 17-21.
Chance for them to get more points in.
That drops in. What a placement for Camille Victoria. This lead is down to 3. Interesting. Will Shaq call a timeout? I notice he never waits too long in this match. So he's not going to wait, and he's going to call it right away. 2 straight points.
Okay, end game tayo. 1 point na tayo, ha?
Aggressive, aggressive. Tara.
Taga lang, ha?
Tapos. 1 good receive. Tapos ang ikot. Tara.
Let's go.
Next one. 1 good receive, everyone. Point by point. 1 point warrior tayo, ha? 1 point warrior. Yes. Let's go! Cignal. Super.
All right, so Coach Shaq has been spot on with his timeout so far here in this match. The second set, he had to burn a second timeout early. Naalala mo, partner, di ba? He could not stop anymore the momentum towards the end. But since then, he's called timeouts to stop momentum. Let's see if they're successful in this one.
Ooh.
Not that time. A rare error, receiving error by Katinding. So a little pressure on the side of the Super Spikers, who are 4 points away from a victory. So what will Coach Shaq do? Change up the lineup.
They've had good substitutions earlier.
See, and Ordiales on the double sub.
But Victoria also not making it easy for them to receive the serve.
Couple of aces for her already. Lalong Isip has to go long. Bump set to Mitchum. KT was able to save that one. Cross-court by Ordiales. And a free ball given. C goes to KT. Who puts it away? A little relief point there at 22-19.
She's like a ball of energy here for Cignal.
Now being forward jump niya, no? It's not that high, but it has so much momentum going forward. And then the wind-up, the swing. 22 serving 19. Encarnacion is in to serve and sweep. Mitchum. That's what Encarnacion is there for. Katie again, the push. Trevichavska puts them at 23.
Impressive decision making.
24, sorry, yes.
And it is the decision making. You see how she decided to just drop that ball.
And again, credit to Coach Shaq for calling that timeout perfectly. Stopping that momentum. Amway and the rest of the Chargers, the backs against the wall here. Cignal with a win will get themselves to 503-3 and in play still for top 8, where they are outside looking in. I want to make a run here in the second pool phase of the competition. Sharp serve by Encarnacion. Mitchum. Oh, C was there.
Yung panghihinayang, see her reaction.
We've seen leads evaporate like this at this juncture. So nothing to celebrate yet for the Super Spikers. C will open up to Lalong Isip. Oh! Mitchum!
You see her, it's not the first time. She seems to have that habit, no? Kapag
Super Spikers
magre-receive or magdidig, look at her go high up and the angle of her shoulders.
Gilid, mahirap. Side, when you dig like that, the control really becomes suspect. But she's done such a great job for Akari also. 23 points for her. Match point, 4 of them. Oh, look at her. Worked so hard just to return that ball. But the Cignal Super Spikers will not be denied. They win in 4 sets. And look at the jubilation. After getting swept by Capital One previously, they get their spirits up for this matchup. And Coach Shaq wins his 3rd here at the Reinforced Conference. A point brought to you by Myra B. Vita Brighter with Myra's Vitamin Powered Whitening Lotion. Jackie Acuna, 7 points. 7 of the 19 that the middle blockers produced today for the Super Spikers.
Well, we loved what we saw from both teams. All the attackers really active today, getting their fair share of sets. And big smiles from the Super Spikers.
Now we'll take a break. We will be back to wrap this baby up. Well, our double dip is almost officially over here at the Phil Oil Center. 25, 21, 23, 25, 25, 20, and 25, 20. The Cignal Super Spikers, we would say 70% of the game really controlled this match. And a Babad player of the game brought to you by Devant. Enjoy unforgettable TV Babad moments with your family. Only with Devant is the Slovakian reinforcement of the Super Spikers, who is standing by with Franny Reyes.
Thanks, Boomin. And 24 points off 21 attacks, 2 blocks, and 1 ace. Your player of the game is KT Trevichovska. KT, I want to ask you, this is only your 3rd game with Cignal. How different is this one from your last?